So we can actually use points to write equations. And before we get into that, I just first want to go over again our different forms. So again, as we learned in our last unit, slope-intercept form, that is y equals mx plus b. Or another way that you may see that is f of x is equal to mx plus b. And again, remember that y and f of x, those are really the same thing. And then we also have something called point-slope form, and that is this y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So this m, that's still our slope. And this y1, x1 is just a point that's on the line. So you can kind of think of that as just a point. Again, here, m is still my slope, and b is my y-intercept. So we're going to use these to actually write equations when we're given 2 points. So I have 2 points, I want to find the slope, and then I'm going to write the equation in slope-intercept form. So just like we did the last video, I'm going to first start off with finding the slope here. So I'm going to stack these. I'm going to start with my change in y. So I see to get from -3 to 1, I add 4. And to get from 2 to 4, I add 2. And so my change in y was 4, so that goes on top. My change in x was 2, so that goes on the bottom. And so that means that my slope is equal to 2. And so I want to write this equation in slope-intercept form. So y equals mx plus b. I just found my m, so I'm good. However, now I need to find my y-intercept. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to take any of these points. I want to go ahead and take 4, 1. And I'm going to go ahead and plug that into this y equals mx plus b. And we can do that because really this 0.41, that just means that x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 1. Because all my coordinates here are always x first and then y second. And so, instead of y equals mx plus b, I'm going to replace my y with 1, since y is equal to 1. I'm going to replace my m with 2. I'm going to replace my x with 4. And then I just don't know my b. And now I'm just going to solve this for b. Well, 2 times 4, I get 8. And then I'm going to subtract both sides by 8. And so I get that -7 is equal to b. So I have my slope, I have my y-intercept. Now I can go ahead and plug those into my slope-intercept form. And so instead of m, I'm going to have 2x. Instead of b, I'm going to have -7. Okay, let's go ahead and try another one. So I need to first start with finding my slope. So I know my slope is my change in y or my change in x. Well, to get from -2 to 10, 10 minus -2, I get plus 12. To get from 1 to 3, I add 2. So that means my slope is, well, my change in y was 12 over my change in x, which is 2. So that means my slope here is 6. So I have m is equal to 6. And now I'm going to choose one of these points. It doesn't really matter which one you choose. I'm going to go ahead and choose the 310. You can do the one -2 though. And now I'm going to plug all of this into my y equals mx plus b. And I know that this point means that x is 3 and y is 10. So now I'm going to plug in 3 for x, 10 for y, and then 6 for m. So I get 10 is equal to, instead of m, I'm going to have 6. Instead of x, I'm going to have 3 plus b. Well, 6 times 3, I get 18. And I'm going to subtract 18 from both sides. So I get that negative 8 is equal to b. And now, since I have my slope, I have my y-intercept, I can go ahead and plug those into my slope-intercept form. So my m is 6, so I'm going to have 6x. My b is negative 8. Okay, that's it for this video. You can go ahead and move on to that last one.